We're looking for the world's next great puzzle design. Over the past 8 years, we've designed and developed some of the most beautiful, challenging, premium mechanical puzzles on Earth.
This is probably the most satisfying puzzle that they own.
Oh, come now. Stop messing with me.
I just don't know how it goes in.
And what we've learned in that time is that designing this type of product is really hard. It's possible to go through an entire puzzle design process and come away with something that's either insufficiently challenging, maybe it's too hard, maybe it's too easy, maybe it doesn't look good. We're coming to you to see if maybe you already have the next great Craighill puzzle up your sleeve. Or maybe you have the skills and ability and interest in designing a puzzle from scratch. Or maybe you know somebody who does. So we're launching a contest and we're calling it the Piecemakers Open Call. As the name suggests, it's a community competition aimed at finding the next great mechanical puzzle design. We are really fascinated by this type of product and we want to talk to other people who are as well and to hopefully come away with a design or even multiple designs that we could put into production. That's why we're putting together this video. I'm gonna tell you about the 6 puzzles that we've created so far, what we learned from each one of them, and how they inform the 6 criteria that we're looking for in our next puzzle.
Every time I solve it, I go,
The first puzzle we ever designed is the Jack puzzle. And we were pretty stunned to find out that it became one of our top selling products really fast, and it gave us a lot of confidence to continue to pursue this type of product. Co-founder Hunter Craighill, the namesake, he leads design here. He had grown up with burr puzzles, which are a really common type of puzzle. You often see them in wood, and had this picture in his mind of advancing the concept with round brass bars into something that he had not seen before. Hunter went and visited our friend Matt in Rhode Island, who has a machine shop, and they spent the weekend making the first 25 units by hand, using his mill, his lathe. So the lesson from the Jack puzzle experience, and the first criteria that we're looking for in the next Craighill puzzle, is manufacturability. There's a million amazing designs that are really beautiful and compelling to look at on a computer screen, but when you try to bring that design into the real world, maybe it's not possible to make it all. Maybe it is possible to make, but by a process that's so involved that it would make the product cost $1 million. We need to make sure that there's a clear pathway to make that thing come to life and to charge a price that people will be willing to pay. So the second puzzle that we designed is the VIN Puzzle. We had to pay our manufacturing partner a lump sum at the beginning to create the tools to actually produce the puzzle. It was the first time that we launched a Kickstarter. The VIN Puzzle is this stainless steel sphere composed of 3 identical pieces, and all of a sudden the sphere has come apart.
How cool is that?
You know they come back to make a sphere. The way that you actually accomplish that is much more challenging than you believe it will be.
Certainly not as simple as it might seem.
Getting it to that position is a pain in the ass.
And until you learn how to do it, you're kind of up the creek a little bit. Once you do figure out how to do it, the way the 3 pieces actually come back together, they move like the aperture of a camera. It's mind-blowing.
Bam! Oh my God. Oh, that was so cool.
And it has this kind of fidget component that stays with you forever. I still reach for it constantly when I'm on a boring conference call or video call. And so the second criteria that we're looking for is movement, interaction. It's gotta have some quality that makes you really wanna pick it up and play with it and understand from an interactive standpoint exactly what's going on. We had found success with the Jack puzzle, then the VIN puzzle, and so we said, let's design another puzzle. Can we figure out a way to combine these materials into something that feels wholly new? What we came up with was the Tycho puzzle.
So you got that brass, you got that steel.
It's named for Tycho Brahe. We thought that it looked a little bit like a star of sorts. Inside the cube is actually a little secret compartment. A lot of folks have actually used this product to propose to their soon-to-be spouses, which is pretty funny and cool.
If you're super nerdy, hey, I have a new puzzle for you.
It comes together in this way that looks almost like a Celtic knot. And so this leads us to our third criteria, which is materiality. We are always conscious of what are the materials used? Does it feel premium? Does it feel covetable? Oftentimes that's brass, stainless steel, black coated steel. We've now gotten into aluminum. Most of our products feel handheld in size. There's something about them that makes you want to pick them up and play with them.
can tell you how good that feels.
And then the next one actually came from a somewhat unexpected source. We got this package in the mail from one of our former team members, one of our former employees, Nate and Damien, have a design studio called Revision. All he told us was that he was sending us something that he thought we were gonna like. And inside is the Tetra Puzzle. We could not figure out how to take it apart. And then when we finally did, it made us feel like kids again. It really like blew the top of our heads off. The sense of satisfaction was immense. That brings us to our fourth criteria, which is satisfaction. Does it do that thing to your brain upon solving it that makes you feel like you've done something for the day? There's this moment of discovery. Everything all of a sudden makes sense. And it's a rush, it's thrilling. And so our fifth puzzle actually existed before it came into our family. So the wavelengths puzzle. It was designed by the brilliant Rod Bogart. He had been producing this puzzle in 3D printed plastic before we ever got our hands on it. It was introduced to us by our friends at Art of Play. The idea was, this is such a mind-blowing mechanism. We decided that if we could figure out how to make it in metal, that we could welcome it into the Craighill family.
Every single time I assemble it, it feels like a magic trick. That's how beautiful this puzzle is.
So our fifth criteria is simply Craighill. We invite you to take a look at our site and really think, does this make sense? Does it feel aligned sort of spiritually, aesthetically? Could it fit really nicely next to our other products? And so for our most recent puzzle, we've got the Jack-in-the-Box puzzle. This is another one that we worked with Rod Bogart on, and it's a little bit different from our other puzzles in that it's a packing puzzle.
Believe it or not, this piece here fits into this.
It kind of has a magic trick built into it where what starts as the stand then ends up inside the puzzle. It's pretty mind-blowing. The thing that really made it feel cohesive with the rest of the family, it looks amazing just sitting on a bookshelf. It draws you in. You want to learn more about it. And so that brings us to our sixth and final criteria, which is sculptural. Simply put, does this thing look awesome even if it weren't a puzzle? Is it something that visitors come to your house and admire, almost like it were a piece of art?
What I love most is how awesome they look on the shelf.
And then when you tell them it's a puzzle, they're drawn in even further. So we're really ramping up our puzzle design and manufacturing, and we want to see what you've got as soon as possible. Submissions are now open. Again, the criteria that we're looking for are manufacturability, movement, materiality, satisfying, Craighill, does it fit, and sculptural. To enter, all we need is your name, email, and documentation of your puzzle design. You'll retain all intellectual property rights. By submitting, you'll just be granting us permission to share imagery or video of your puzzle with our community. We'll select 5 design finalists, and the community, that's you, will vote on their favorite. All finalists will be considered for production and receive a Peacemakers Guild prize pack. Check out the Piecemakers Open Call submission page in the description for full rules and details. We don't want folks to feel intimidated by this. We're interested in opening up conversations with the next generation of great puzzle designers. This is an experiment. We don't know what's gonna happen. If there's somebody that you know that you think should see this video, that you think either has designed or could design a really mind-blowing puzzle, please share it with them. It's like the bat signal, except for it's like, there's like a puzzle that's like projected into the night sky in the hopes that folks like you are gonna see it and heed the call and send us your awesome puzzle designs. Thank you so much.